Alright, so thank you for subscribing and adding you guys to this new channel, my Maruka channel. And the very first tool, we're going to talk about the 4 basic tools, and then I'll give you the side tools and stuff like that. So I want to start with an Athame. This is my Athame. I got it at a flea market for 18 bucks. And it's a 9-inch, I think, if I remember, a 9-inch, yeah. And it's sharp on both sides, although I do not use it to cut anything. I have not cut nothing. I do not use it to etch things. It's just symbolically a phallic type tool for me. And what made me drawn to it even more, it was the dragons right here, the Camelot dragons actually, and it has the sunflower, and it's on both sides. Then if you look closely, it's Merlin, and I got really into the whole Avalon, the whole Enchanted, Morgan Le Fay, all that stuff. I got into it really bad, like really sickening into it. I loved it. I was obsessed with it. And I still have it, but it's just not as a strong component. Now I'm mixing quite a bit. Not only that, the top part is, or the bottom part is like a castle, like a rook type thing from a chess. And on the very top, on the very bottom part of it, it's a yellow marble stone type of thing. It's really cheap. It's really it's kind of tacky in my opinion, but I love it. Anyways, I'm going to be reading somewhat reference from The Craft, which is Book of Shadow from Dorothy Morrison, and this is how I learned about the Athame. And I'm just going to read a couple paragraphs and we'll go from there. So, it says, although a wand and an Athame, or Athame or Athame, or I forgot how the second pronunciation is, are sometimes used interchangeable with forecasting circles. The two are very different purposes. Instead of moving and directing energy like the wand, the Athame invokes and banishes. It also tends to unseen entities and forces. This is important to hold negative spirits at bay and keep them from wreaking havoc with spellwork, while attracting and inviting those entities who possess vibrations that are beneficial to the task at hand. In short, the Athame works much like a magical cafeteria supervisor, ensuring that everything runs smoothly and that no one spoils the soup. I thought that was very, very awesome how she said it. Just the very first paragraph just tells you the difference between Athame and a wand. A wand is to direct or indirect energy, is to move energy, to move it, kind of like manipulate the spell work. It's kind of like if you see in most movies like Harry Potter, how it's shoot their energies or pick up a feather that's like moving, that's manipulating a inanimate object to, or inanimate energy, like I say, to and change it. But the Athame is a very powerful tool. It's to direct it, or more like, you know, banishes it, or take it and use it, and like invokes things, just like how she said, like invoke and banishes, disappear it or bring it to creation. So that's actually the cool part about it. It's somewhat, if you want to get tactical, it's somewhat like a penis creation. So yeah, Athame is very powerful. I concentrate it, and basically ever since then, some people like to reconcentrate their tools before every ritual. That's very complex for me and I don't like it. I concentrate at least once every like 5 years when I feel that my Athame is getting kind of weak. Whenever it's needed to reapply concentration, to cleanse it, concentrate it, then I would. But I haven't done it for a while. Probably I want to say for 10 years I haven't done it. But there's many forms of concentrating Athames. There's some forms where you stab it in the ground and let it sit there for 24 hours. I, who live in Oregon, known as a rainy state, would totally rust this this weapon out, or not this weapon, but this tool out, it would rust it crazy. But yeah, I use it. How I concentrate it was brought it to the cast my circle with my fingers, brought it to the goddess' attention how it was, and I told her as well as the god that bless this tool, let it be my tool of good and stuff. And excuse me. And ever since then, I use it for circle casting. I use it mainly for invoking certain type of elements or certain type of allies. So I just use it as a pointer in the sky. Use it to invoke, point it, and charge some spells. I usually put it in one. I usually have one hand holding one with one hand, and I have my other hand, and I'm usually circling a candle to banish whatever elements or whatever type of alien-like thing away from me. Something that's totally doesn't belong around me. And then I usually, if I'm doing protection spells, it's the #1 tool that I go to because it's really defensive, and I use it with hold hands and hold it like it's actual sword. And I use that. I also use it towards my corners. I hold it up. Let me show you. I hold it up like this. I'm sorry if it's kind of like poor lighting. I don't know if this will help. I hold it up like this and point and act like giving them regards of the, that I'm visualizing them there, and this is how I would stand guard at this corner. So that's what I use my Athame for most of the time. So the next tool will be the wand, and my wand's kind of crappy, but I need to kind of like fix it up again. I was thinking about restripping it, but I'll show you what it looks like now, and I'll explain what's missing off of it. So yeah, if you have any questions about Athames or how they work, concentration, message me.